All right, prepare to have your freaking mind blown. Hit it with a story time real quick. Flashback to a few months ago, I was at NAB and I stumbled across a company called Krotos Studio. And as I was walking by, I heard these insane sound effects coming from the speakers. And I was like, what the hell is that? Now picture this. Imagine you had a complete Foley and sound design studio at your fingertips. That's what Krotos Studio is. And I know what you're thinking, that sounds way too good to be true, but I'm gonna show you a few things that's gonna blow your freaking mind. So check this out. So if you go into Krotos Studio, this is pretty much what happens. This is what you get. You have all the different categories of effects that you could choose from. And then over here, you have all the different presets, but this is where it gets interesting. Let's just say you go to cinematic and you go to seismic blast, right? If you go over to the XY control pad and you click it, you start getting some crazy sounds. For this particular sound right here, you have the 4 different types of pads. You have the bass hit, tonal hit, sizzle hit, and pulse hit, right? But then you can modify it a step further on the XY pad right next to it. Let's just do bass rise and sizzle hit. That's wild. I mean, right off the bat, like this is a crazy sound that you can start messing with. And if you start moving around the pad, it'll give you all these different sounds as you keep going. So let's just go to dark entry really quick, right? If you go, you have hit, scream, bram, and you have pulses and sims. So let's go to the hit, right? Right there, that's like an awesome hit that I could see in a trailer. I could see it in like a sci-fi type of film. And as you move this around, you get completely different sounds. And then on top of it, you can mess with the pitch. So let's just say I wanted to put the pitch all the way up and I wanted to do a hit. Completely different sound. Let's put it all the way down. Completely different sound again. That to me, when I saw that, I was like, okay, that opened the door in my mind for a whole other world of creative possibilities. So let's just take something completely different, right? Let's just go to something like footsteps. If you look at the XY pad, you have clean, gritty, wet, puddles. So let's just start playing around with this. And as you start moving this around, it gives you the different types of environments that they're in. And I could go over here, I'm in puddles, and now I'm on something grittier. Back to clean ground. And I could literally just start dragging this thing around and get whatever environment that my character's in and try to match that. And that's just the beginning. They have all these other different footsteps sound. I mean, they have, boots urban extras, boots interior. So you have indoor boots. You have things like carpet, move around on solid wood, hollow wood, tile. As soon as you're done recording that sound, you could just take this, you could just drag this right into your workstation. What's really cool about Krotos, have Krotos on the left of your screen and have, the video that you're trying to do the sound design for on the right of it. And you could literally just watch the video and start putting in the footsteps as you're watching the video. Now, this becomes not only just a tool to create sound design, but you could literally play out the actions in the sound effects window. They have whoosh effects, which is extremely helpful. Let's just give a wind whoosh real quick. I mean, that's crazy. On the whoosh pad right here, it goes from left to right. It also goes from low volume to high volume. So let's just go from here. Like, I don't know if you guys are tripping out as much as I am, but if you're trying to do any kind of sound design for your film or a commercial or whatever it is, and you have the ability to control the sound effect exactly the way you want it to, not only does that open the door for a lot more possibility, but it also allows you to dial in exactly the tone and the sound that you want for your project. Now, really quick, I want to take you guys into a couple of scenes that I use Krotos for, specifically in one of my short films that I'm working on right now. All right, so right now, let's take this particular scene from my short film. And what we're going to do is we're just going to watch it back and we're going to check it out and we're going to see kind of like where I would start putting some sound design in and kind of get an idea for the scene. Okay, so right now we have this guy walking towards me, which I'm supposed to be beat up in the scene. He's walking in. It looks like it's in some sort of warehouse or something. And then he kneels right down next to me. I'm going to open up Krotos Studio. I'm going to put Krotos right next to my video player here. And I'm going to open this up. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to boots. And then I'm going to go solid wood. I think somewhere between like the solid wood and the hollow wood probably works the best. And all you have to do is take this right from Krotos Studio and drag it right into your project file. That's how easy it is. Now, if we hear it just with the footsteps, there's no ambience. There's no anything that's making you feel like you're in this space. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna head over to room tone. And I'm just gonna go down and I'm gonna find a room tone that feels right. Let's see industrial room. A little bit more like that. I'm also gonna give it a little bit of distance and a little bit of reverb. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that and drag this in to the bottom. And let's get like a cool little drone sound. This is where you could really start to get creative. If you take a drone sound and you kind of play with the pitch a little bit, you oscillate the pitch back and forth, it starts to get this weird kind of cool sound. Now watch this. Okay. Take the mask off. So we need some sort of cloth sound. If you go to basic cloth and you put it a little bit more towards the wool on this pad right here, and then you just kind of mess with it with how it interacts with the scene. Right off the bat, you could just make that sound and there it is. It's right there. At this point right here, we want some sort of bram, right? We're gonna go here, we're gonna go to cinematic. Oh yeah, baby. And if we take this scene right here where I kind of throw my head back and you put a hit in there, this is what it would sound like. Like, check this out. If we go, boom, right there. That already sounds good. Now let's take a listen to the scene with just the sound effects, no music on there. Do you ever feel trapped? Like a prisoner? In your own mind? Only to realize captor is you. You can't live between these versions of yourself because they're at war with each other, and one of them must die. Let's go into the last scene that I want to show you guys really quickly. The idea of this scene is to make it look and feel like this light opening up on me is huge. I want it to feel like a big, think of like big, huge sci-fi door that's opening up. So in Krotos, I found something that's literally called large metal door. And they have these three options. You have close gentle, close slam, open. So listen to the open really quick. Let's lower the pitch down though. Let's turn on the effects. Let's put the reverb up. Let's put the distance up. And now let's do it. Okay, cool. Now that's going to be part of the sound. That's not the whole sound. That's just kind of like the thing opening, right? Now if we go into Metal Locker and you lower the pitch down and you open this thing up, let's hear what the open button sounds like. Now we're getting somewhere. That sounds like a big lock opening up, right? Let's bring down the pitch a little bit more and see what that sounds like. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's go ahead and turn on some reverb, a little bit of distance. That sounds more like it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We have to massage it a little bit, but we're getting somewhere. Now, right when that door opens, I want like a gust of wind to come out to really intensify that light coming out. Now, if we go into the preset of wind interior and you just put this thing right on attic, check this out. Let's hear how all of this sounds all put together, all using Krotos Studio. You ready? Check this out. I'm going to be real with you guys. In my mind, this is one of the coolest innovations that I've seen come out in years, especially when it comes to post sound. And I'm going to be real with you guys. It is a little bit overwhelming at times. There's a lot going on here. It's a lot easier than you think. And once you start getting into it and you start playing around with it, you realize how much power you have in the palm of your hand just by having this thing at your disposal. And even if you're just using it for, the Foley stuff, the boots, the different fabrics that you could easily watch your video and start to mess around with, it's extremely valuable and extremely easy to use. So like I said, guys, I have a discount code down below. Go check it out. I definitely urge you to at least open it up and check it out. Just so you guys know, I am working like a dog trying to get this edit done. So as soon as I do, I'm gonna let you guys know. It should be in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I can get this thing done in the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to do a whole edit breakdown, and I'm probably going to show you guys a little bit more in-depth sound design tutorial later on, especially if you guys drop some comments down below and tell me that's something that you want. I'll definitely do it for you guys. But I really want to thank you guys so much for hanging out, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.